Hey y'all, welcome back to Inside the Barrel. I'm Double J.
Big H.
I'm Nathan.
Nate Dog.
Hey, we're back. We're going to do some Penelope Wheated Bourbon today. So, right? What are the three grains we always talk about that are typically in bourbon?
Corn.
Corn. Has to be corn, right?
Typically rye.
Typically rye. And then what's the other one?
Wheat.
No, that's not usually in
Malted
bourbon.
barley.
Malted barley. And we haven't done an episode. We've talked about doing an episode because we've done the research on this malted barley. There's something to do with the enzymes in it that helps with the fermentation process. So that's why it's in there. But this one has wheat in it. So whenever you hear something that's called a 4-grain, typically it's because it has wheat in it.
Yeah.
So, or you call them a wheater. Sometimes a wheater is replacing the rye with wheat, but this one's actually a 4-grain wheat. So Penelope Wheated Bourbon from Penelope Bourbon. Distilled in where?
In Kentucky.
No.
Oh, Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That's right.
Lawrenceburg, not Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
That's right.
Larry lives there, right?
So
we like to call it the Ross and Squibb Distillery, which is I think what they call it now, but we all know it as MGP. So
correct.
MGP did buy the Penelope brand in 2023. They acquired it, added it to their portfolio just with Luxco and some of the other stuff. What's the other one? Blood Oath? No, is it? No, yeah.
Blood Oath.
Blood Oath is part of it too. Let's go, yeah. So, anyway, comes in at. Didn't talk about the mash bill. So, not a strong wheat percentage. It only has 16% wheat. So 74% corn, 16% wheat, 7% rye, and then only 3% malted barley. Comes in at a 95 proof. Age statement doesn't have an age statement, but mostly I think from what I've researched, it looks like it's anywhere from 4 to 6 years. This came out, I think this is batch 2 is the one I think I've got here. No, this actually is not a batch 2, I'm sorry, that was a different thing I'm talking about. This came out just in the fall of 2024, so this is relatively new from Penelope. Penelope's got a lot of different expressions. We've done some other Penelope stuff on the show before. We've done their Rio, which I think we really like, which is their Ambarana finish, part of the Kubrick series. I've got a toasted one I want to do too. I think we've done a toasted one before, but I got a toasted rye we need to do at some point. But
where did you get this bottle?
This one actually came from Goose's wife was on a trip down in Kentucky, and I think she was going through. I have to look and see where she was in Kentucky, but I don't know. John, you travel in Kentucky all the time, don't you?
Yeah. You buy it all over in Kentucky.
Bowling Green, I think, is where she was.
Oh, okay.
Down towards the border.
She was down in there.
You know what's famous down in Bowling Green, don't you?
Ballers.
No
Green?
bowlers. No green.
Chevrolet, isn't the Corvette?
Corvette.
Corvette.
In Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yeah.
Well, Goose and his wife have been really good to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you both for getting this for us.
So, I don't have a lot of notes here to talk about wheated, but what does wheat typically do to a bourbon? It really kind of softens it up a lot. It kind of gives a little bit of sweet spice. What are the wheats we usually talk about? The popular ones are Weller, I think, is a wheated. Maker's Mark is a wheated. So those are kind of some of the popular wheated ones. But yeah, wheat usually really softens up, and usually it's because that wheat is a lot of times replacing the rye content. So you take that rye grain out and you replace it with the wheat, and it really does soften it up a lot. But should get a little bit of bread or a little bit of dough with this too. Some of those. What do you think? Only 95.
So it's light.
This is not our first one of the day, and we did a couple that were a little bit higher proof. So coming back with the 95 wheater, it's probably going to be really soft.
I really like the nose. The nose is really soft and really soft. A little bit sweet. A lot of vanilla.
I was afraid it was not going to have a lot of punch to it, and I don't want to say it's.
And it's almost sweeter. To me.
It's almost sweet. I don't want to say it's weak, but it's. I was afraid.
Lighter.
It's very light. I was afraid it was just it's. But I would say if someone came over and they weren't a big bourbon drinker, I mean, it's great to get into the world of wheats. Creamy.
I would use that.
I would.
You
I would
don't
definitely.
like creamy.
I would definitely.
It's a little.
Well, you're just coming off a weekend of never mind.
Sweet, smooth, creamy, soft. All those. I mean, all those are words that describe what that wheat does to it.
Yeah.
Creamy. I'm not using creamy. I'm just saying light.
But not much of a finish there either, though.
No, it doesn't last long. That's for sure.
No, and it doesn't really have the sweet. I mean, like I know we said vanilla and caramel, but it doesn't have that really vanilla and caramel that you normally get with them.
Just right there. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it. I'm probably gonna give it a 3.5.
I don't think I mentioned the price. $40. I think $35, $40. I mean, it's not a bad price for the bottle. So, I mean, does that make a difference when you start to look at that?
Yeah, it's fine.
It does for me.
I've got it.
It does for me. At $40, I thought we were drinking an $80 bottle.
No.
At $40, okay. Yeah. If I'm going 1 to 5 now, it's probably $3.8.
$1 for the value. Okay.
A little bit more.
$3.8,
Okay.
a little
I'd say $3.5.
better than
Yeah.
average.
It's on my shelf, so I'm
For
staying on my shelf.
a $40 bottle, think what you're comparing that to. So for me, yeah, it's a little bit better than average. The 4 grain makes it fun, just a little sweeter. Know what you're getting into when you get it, but it's good.
Okay.
Tell a friend.
Sounds good.
Subscribe. Like. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.